So my name is Deng, and I'm a PI at the Helmholtz Center in Munich in Germany, and I'm also a professor at the Technical University of Munich. So I first would like to give you some background information so you can understand my application content better. So I submit my proposal ERC starting grant in October 2017, and this is the first time that I submit a ERC grant. And the title of my proposal is Bacteriophage Inhibition of Antibiotic Resistance Pathogenic Microbes and Funding for Novel Therapeutic Strategies. And I submit to the Life Science 7 panel, which is the biggest panel in life sciences, and I believe it's probably also the biggest one in all panels, and it's very competitive. As Hansung has already mentioned, you can think about to submit to another panel, but if your topic really fit to that panel, as I finally decided that it makes sense to change to another panel, and so I decided to face the risk. And my interview was in June 2018, so about a year afterward, so it's already in the next year. And the project started actually very late in 2019 because of all the regulation of data privacy rules in the EU that changed. So I have to go through a lot of ethics applications. So I'm currently running my project about a year time. And I give you some information also about myself. So I did my bachelor in China in Tsinghua University, and then my master and PhD both in the UK, and then moved to the US for my first postdoc. After that, I moved to Germany for my second senior postdoc position, and I received a German starting grant. So it's comparable of ERC starting grant in Germany. It's also with budget of 1.5 million euro to start my independent group in the year of 2016. So it's just when I decided to write the ERC starting grant, I still have less than 1 year time that I ran my independent group. So you can still consider me almost like a postdoc stage at that time, because the major papers from my group with me as a corresponding author was not yet published at that time. And I would like to only emphasize it's very important that you have a high risk and high gain project. So don't be afraid some things are too bold. Yeah, you have to believe in yourself. When you write this proposal, you have to show that you love your project, you love your idea, and you believe in yourself that this project will be able to change the human society in the next years. You could contribute to that. So I think it's very important that you show that you are scientific excellent, and the project itself is beyond the state of the art. But as Professor Sauer has already mentioned, you have to give solid ground for that, and you have to show that you have a vision for your field. So you are not presenting what the field will stay for the next 5 years. You need to have a vision for the next 10, 20 years, even beyond that. And it's also very important for an interdisciplinary manner. I think Manuel also have already mentioned that. And for me, that so we have a combination of 3 different disciplines that can contribute to the project at the end. And I spend a lot of time to try to think about how I can present these 3 different project ideas in the way that will convince the panel members. So this is okay that you have a high risk and it's even appreciated, but as Hansung also said that you need a plan B. So for every aims of my project, I have also a risk plan. So if the plan A doesn't work, then what is my plan B? And I think it's also quite important that you also had a look, especially if you have no experience with ERC before, then please take a look of all the succeed grantees in your field, in your panel that has published in the ERC webpage. And you can compare your ideas with their ideas. And roughly, you can also look up the CV of the PIs who got it and compare with your with your CV. And my next tip is prepare it well. So ERC grant is not something that you can write it up within a couple of weeks. I started to think about it already a year before, and you need to discuss with your peers and the leaders in your field to shape your idea and to solid your idea. I cannot emphasize more than how important it is. And also for the interviews, as Hansung also said that you need to prepare it really well, and you need to emphasize at the end only the ideas of your scientific ideas, and try to leave out all the nervousness and make it very sharp, very precise, and but still interesting. My third tip is you need to look for a strong host institution. Manuel also mentioned it, and I would like to share with you my experience. So a good institute, a good host will provide you with first word of leading collaborators that you can collaborate with them, the senior scientists that you can collaborate and benefit from their existing system, for example. And a good institution always have very good and state-of-the-art instrumentations and facilities, which is not the most important thing for science, but can save a lot of time. And also you need to think about also the reputation of the host institute, especially, for example, in my institute, we have already received 37 ERCs in my institute, and all this successful experience of running ERC grant also could help you to convince the panel members that the institute can successfully support you with running a ERC project. And not only for that, and you also might look for what kind of support a grant office of this institute can provide. And in my case, Helmholtz Munich provide intensive initial consultation possibilities for those who would like to apply for ERC, and they look into your CV and they provide their suggestions whether you are already mature enough to apply for ERC, for example. And also they help you to make your financial plan, which also takes a lot of time. And all the, what Hansung mentioned, all these application steps, that if you have a good and supportive grant office can support you, it really saves you a lot of time and leave you your mind for science. And in my case, that my institute also provide on top one postdoc for 5 years, and also additional funding supported. So on top of the 1.5 million, and I also received 0.5 million additional to make it altogether 2 million. And I found most important is that along the application time that we in our institute, the panel office, the grant office helped me to set up a panel member, advisory panel member, which are 3 renowned scientists in my field, that they helped me to look and to read my CVs and to listen to my interview rehearsals and asking questions. That is extremely important. And I can tell you that almost 50% of the questions that I received in Brussels that I have already received in my rehearsal time with our panel members, internal panel members. So this, I think is very important, that you look for a host institute that has experience with hosting ERC grantees. And that's also naturally lead me to introduce a little bit my affiliation. I'm from Helmholtz Association, and this is the largest scientific organization in Germany. And altogether, they have 19 different institutes all over Germany, and with a total budget of more than 4.8 billion euro per year and more than 40,000 employees. And I'm in Helmholtz Center in Munich, and this is an institute that concentrate and focus on personalized medical solutions for environmental triggered disease. And among 2,800 colleagues, there are 37 ERC grantees, and we received even 4 new ERC starting grants in this year, and this is very high successful rate. And if you are thinking of to apply with a German university or institutions, please first look into the universities, have a look of their webpage. The best university in Germany are called University of Excellencies, and this including Technical University of Munich or the Munich University, Heidelberg University. You will find this information on in their webpage. And importantly, it's also to every university on the webpage, they also list their ERC grantees. Have a look how many grantees do they have. And also, like Helmholtz, there are also very big governmental institutions in Germany, like Max Planck, like Leibniz, Fraunhofer associations. They all are very good institutions with good reputations.
Lee, I am sorry to interrupt you. I know you all have a lot to share, and it's very interesting to hear from you, but we are really running out of time. So if you can conclude quickly, we will have at least a few minutes to
Sure. Yeah. So the very last point is don't be afraid and go for it. That is for your future. The ERC grant is very highly appreciated by many EU countries, universities, and I see it more and more has been considered as a common standard to compare scientists from different countries. And it's used very often for example, to promote professors. So please think about it, work on it, and go for it.